Hello, Feelings Detectives. Miss Dean here. Welcome to Guidance at Home. I am so glad you're here. I know you are all working really hard to do your learning at home, and I also know that sometimes that might feel pretty tough. If you feel confused or stuck, you can't raise your hand and ask your teacher like you normally can, and you might feel upset or frustrated. So today we're going to talk about being brave, working hard, not giving up even when things feel really, really tough, because your brain is made for learning. And we're going to think about Humpty Dumpty to do that. So I'm going to ask Puppy to come and to remind us how the rhyme Humpty Dumpty goes. Oh, hi everyone. Okay, Puppy, can you say Humpty Dumpty to us, and maybe you guys can say Humpty Dumpty along with Puppy.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
Nice job, thank you, Puppy.
And then what, Miss Dean?
And then what?
Yeah, after he fell, then what?
Well, that is a great question, Puppy. We never talk about what happened to Humpty Dumpty after he fell, but that wasn't the end of his story. I actually have the end of his story today. It's called After the Fall. How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again by Dan Santat. Starts by saying, "My name is Humpty Dumpty. I'm famous for falling off a wall. You may have heard about it, but that's only half the story, because I decided to get back up. And when I did, something amazing happened. This story is about my life after the fall." Okay. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know, it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. Which cereals would you want to eat? I walk past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really miss the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. He's got his binoculars. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept trying. And trying. Until I got it just right. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. What do you think happens to his bird plane? They always do. I almost walked away again, but I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. He's so scared. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. He did it. Yeah. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. What's starting to happen? These cracks are appearing in his shell. What do you notice is poking out? Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. Normally, eggs turn into what? And learned how to fly. Humpty Dumpty hatched. He got to go soar with the birds. Humpty Dumpty's story was not over after he fell. That was a really bad thing that happened. He fell, he broke, he could have given up there, but he didn't. He kept working and was brave and remembered his dreams, his goals, and he figured out how to do it. Okay. And you guys can do the same thing. Even though this is really, really hard right now, you can still keep learning and growing. Your activity today is going to make your own I Can Do It puzzle. So first you're going to cut out, it's going to be an egg that hatches and it's going to be a puzzle. So let me tell you my example. First you need to think of a goal, something that you are working really hard on that you haven't figured out how to do yet. You know you're going to be able to, but it's really hard right now. You might be a little bit stuck, or maybe it's something that you want to try that you haven't even tried yet. So my goal is to learn how to make yummy, delicious banana bread for my daughter. I love banana bread and I want her to be able to eat banana bread because it is so yummy. So I have a really good banana bread recipe, but it has eggs in it, and my daughter is allergic to eggs, so I can't use that recipe because she can't eat it. So I need to find a new one. And so far, I tried one new recipe, and it was really dry and didn't taste like bananas, and it was just not very tasty. So I tried another recipe, and that one was kind of mushy and gooey, and it wasn't very good either. So I'm not giving up yet. I'm going to keep working on it and trying things differently and getting some help and working hard, and I know I will be able to figure it out. Okay, so that's going to be my puzzle. So first step is you're going to draw an egg shape on a piece of paper. I already drew mine and cut it out. And then on the first side of the paper, on the front, draw a picture of your goal, of what you want to work for that you haven't figured out how to do yet. So here I have some banana bread and a smiley little baby emoji. So that's my daughter who will get to eat yummy, yummy banana bread. And here are all of the things I need to make it, the bowl and spoon and utensils and all of the ingredients, and no eggs. Question mark, because I have to figure out what to use instead. So draw the picture of what you want to do. Maybe it's figuring out some new math problems. Maybe it's reading a new chapter book. Maybe it is learning how to ride your bike without training wheels, or do a cartwheel, or draw something really complicated. I'm so curious what goals you are working on from home right now. Draw your picture inside your egg. And then on the back, you're going to flip it over and think of things you need to do to help you be able to do your goal. So I wrote, try another recipe. Right? I'm gonna have to keep trying, I can't give up. And I wrote research online so I can read about what other people have done. I could ask a friend, ask for help. It is okay and important to ask for help when you feel stuck. And try another new recipe. So I'm going to keep trying and doing things a little different until I get it. I'm not going to give up. Okay, so those are the things I'm going to do. Maybe you will keep trying and asking for help and talking to a parent or an older brother or sister or a friend, or watching some videos, and maybe you need to get a little bit build your muscles, get a little bit stronger, but you can't give up. If you keep working hard and believing in yourself and being brave and getting help when you need it, your brain is meant to learn and grow, and you will be able to do it. Okay, then the fun part, draw some cracks on your shell so that each of your things to do to help are in their own piece of egg, and then you're going to cut it out. I'm going to turn this into a puzzle. Okay, so there you go. Now you have your own puzzle, and when you put it back together, on one side you'll have your helpers, and on the other side you will have your goal that I know you will meet when you work hard, because your brain is meant to learn and grow. Okay, so I would love to know what you are working on really hard over this while we are learning at home. If it's a goal for school or a goal just for yourself while you're having fun, please email me your goal. You can send me a picture of your puzzle if you would like, or you can just write me to tell me what you are working on really hard, and I will write back to you. Okay, keep working hard. Don't give up. Be brave. We'll get through this, and I cannot wait to see you soon. Bye.